It's Meme 2 Monday! Except it's on a Friday. But it could be any other possible day. Meme 2 Monday! Hey guys, I saw these modern alligator wrenches on clearance at Menards a while back, and they were just so janky looking I just had to check them out. These are billed as universal wrenches that can fit on any size nut, both metric and normal. The design goes back over 100 years and is basically something that you'd use only in a pinch, but not something for everyday use. They're a very simple construction just made from stamped steel, and I doubt the jaws are hardened at all. We get one of the traditional alligator style, and another more unique box end version. Let's check out the alligator one first. They call it that since the jaws resemble the open mouth of an alligator. The V shape allows it to grab onto different size nuts, and yeah, the teeth on the jaw of this one are all kinda rounded off already straight from the factory. They must have given the child laborer who made these a little too much fentanyl that day. These wrenches also only swing one way. They're heterodirectional. The arrow on the wrench indicates the direction it will turn, so since we want to tighten this nut, we gotta flip it over to the other side to change direction. Would have been nice if they had printed the arrow on both sides, but whatever. It is turning it. It meets the bare minimum requirement to be called a wrench, but while the smooth jaw is contacting an entire flat on a nut, the tooth jaw only makes contact with one single corner with only one tooth, so it can't handle too much torque. It also has a pretty wide swing arc, but if you get the ratchet action going, it's actually kind of comfortable to use, and I can go quite a bit faster with it if I want to. There's just so little contact area between that single tooth and one corner of the nut that I wouldn't trust this for any high torque applications. Alright, I think that's enough. Let's take a look at the wear on the wrench jaws. Yeah, that is not too pretty, but they were ugly to begin with. This is from just one use on one nut, so I would not trust these wrenches to hold up to regular use. I also noticed that for some reason they put a bonus hole in this one. Is this for a 1/4-inch hex bit? No, it's way too big. They just put a random 10mm hex on it for some reason. Whatever, let's check out the box end variation. These are a little more of an interesting design. The teeth aren't as fine, so there should be more contact area, and there's teeth on both. Oh, yeah, I don't think these teeth were even ground. I think they just stamped them out like that. That is rough. Anyway, since it has teeth on both jaws, I don't think we'll be able to ratchet with this one. Nah, no ratchet action. And I don't think it matters which side you use. Yeah, it swings both ways, bi-directional. Yeah, so even though it's working, this variant is extremely uncomfortable to use. You have to reposition it every time, so you can't go as fast. And you have to basically be pulling back on the wrench handle while you turn it to keep it from slipping off the nut. It just feels counterintuitive to using a normal wrench where you would push forwards. This style would probably take more torque, as the tooth that's contacting the corner is larger, but I still wouldn't recommend it. It's just too fiddly. Now let me show you my nut. Yeah, the nut itself isn't that boogered up. That was a concern with the old-school alligator wrenches. The old ones had hardened teeth and would booger up your nuts. These modern ones are made out of a soft steel, so the wrench ends up taking up the brunt of the wear instead of your nut. Yeah, I think these are junk. We're going to have to add a new tier to the bottom of the tier list if we want to rank these. Maybe call it Chud tier, I don't know. The only maybe possible use case would be if you had a bike or a motorcycle and you didn't have anywhere to keep a full wrench set. Maybe just zip tie one of these guys to the frame rail or stick it up under the seat. Even then, get a vintage alligator wrench from the flea market. The older ones were forged in hardened steel and better made. Be sure you're subscribed if you like checking out unusual tools. Thanks everyone for watching. See you later. Bye.